Hey, what up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. Today is Monday, November 12th, coming to you live from the East Coast, from New York City, from the streets. Hope you guys are doing good. This is a great episode today. Oh, man. You know, I always have the drummers on. I love having the drummers on. I love giving drummers glory, man, because I know how fucking hard it is to be a drummer. Not that I've been a drummer, but I just know that it is it's the catcher position of baseball for rock and roll. You know, you're back there, not getting much glory. People aren't like, move so I can see the drummer. You know, but the drummer is the machine. It is the engine of rock and roll. And I've said it over and over, bad drummer, bad band. That's just all there is to it. Great drummer today. You love Eagles of Death Metal? You're going to love this episode. This is Jorma Vik today. Biker, camper, rock and roller. You may also know him from his early days from the band he started, the Bronx. We sit down here and we go all over the board, talking all kinds of fun stuff today. I love this guy. He is a great human and a good friend, and he plays in one of the best bands out there right now, Eagles of Death Metal. If you have not seen them still to this day, what are you doing? You sleeping under a rock? Are you listening to AM radio or some fucking dumb shit? Get on iTunes immediately and throw on Zipper Down or Hard On or Death by Sexy. Peace, Love, and Death Metal. All great records. And they're working on a new one right now. We talk all kinds of rock and roll here today. I can't thank Jorma enough for coming on to the show. Great guy. Before I do get into the episode, couple things I want to get into. Some tour dates coming up. December 24th through December 31st. I'm going to be out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just in case you didn't know what state Vegas was in. I'm going to be at the Comedy Cellar at the Rio Hotel. And I tell you what, this venue is fantastic. I'm looking forward to getting back there. So that's Christmas Eve through New Year's Eve. No show on Christmas, so I'm just going to chill at the buffet. And just people are like, man, you're gonna be in Vegas working on Christmas? Hell yeah. I work every day, man. I can't pick and choose. I need to work. And I love to work. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be out there. Also, brand new show just came in. You're gonna love this. Houston. My first time coming to Texas. I'm going to be out in Houston Improv with Joey Diaz January 10, 11, and 12. Make sure you get your tickets for that because Joey's selling out everywhere these days. So Houston, don't sleep. Come see us out there, rock it. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe do a spin by the Astrodome again. The old Bad News Bears breaking and training. Houston, home of Sam Kinison and Bill Hicks, the Comedy Stop it was called. Do you ever see that Bill Hicks documentary? It's great. Don't sleep on that. You know what? Speaking of don't sleep, I heard a great new record this week. Came out Friday. Charles Bradley, who passed away. Rest in peace, Charles Bradley. Just an incredible story if you don't know about this guy. Dive into the rabbit hole of Charles Bradley. What a voice, what a soul. So he passed away, and they put out his last record is out now. It's called Black Velvet. And that was his nickname when he was in a James Brown tribute. He was a James Brown tribute guy, and his name was Black Velvet. I put on the record Friday, and I listened to it all day. I think it was raining Friday. Yeah, it was raining Friday. Saturday, I believe. Yeah, that's when I turned it on. It was raining all day in New York, so I was like, staying in today with a little Charles Bradley. Just put it on and recharge the batteries. It was nice, man. Check that record out. Everybody's always asking me what I'm listening to. That's it. Also, if you are in New York City, I'll be performing all this week all over town. I'll be doing the Frantic Show tonight over there at the Rockwood. I'm doing a stand-up New York on Tuesday. Saturday night, I'll be doing a couple shows at Stand Up New York, and I'll also be at the Cellar all week. So just, you can look on my Twitter or my Instagram for those dates. Friday night, I'm going to be at Irving Plaza seeing The King. I'm talking Marcus King. It's going to be the third time I'm seeing him this year, and the first 2 times I saw him was some of the best live rock and roll I've seen in years. So if you are in New York City, do not miss Marcus King. I think it's sold out, actually. I walked by. I saw a banner up. It said sold out, but you can check. You don't want to miss that. Thanksgiving coming up too, right? Thanksgiving, I'll tell you what. To me, Thanksgiving's all about meat, not just turkey. I'm a meathead. I've been using Butcher Box. Have you guys tried this yet? It's incredible. Butcher Box meats come from the humanly raised open pasture animals that are never fed antibiotics, hormones, or fatty fibers. I love Butcher Box. Each box comes with at least 8 to 11 pounds of meat, which is enough for 24 individual sized meals. You can choose from 5 different types. I just go variety. I go the variety. I just surprise myself. I go a little beef. You can go beef and chicken, beef and pork, mixed box, whatever you want to do. The website's incredibly easy. You just sign up, subscribe. Butcher Box delivers healthy 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, free-range organic chicken, and heritage breed pork. The incredible quality of Butcher Box meat starts with the commitment to raising animals humanly and free of antibiotics. For $20 off your first box and a package of free bacon in every box for the life of your subscription, go to butcherbox.com/Delray and enter Delray at the checkout. I'm hooking you guys up, Del Raisers. This is some incredible meat. You don't want to miss it. They also got a YouTube channel where you can go on there and get some recipes and stuff from them, which is amazing. It's super convenient. Butcher Box is your neighborhood butcher, delivered right to your door in a dry ice box. Free shipping anywhere in the 48 states. Choose your delivery frequency with a customized subscription. I use this. I love it. This is some clean meat. It tastes amazing. The website is super informative. Don't be getting that cheap meat at the grocery store. I mean, that stuff with like the gristle and it's all fatty. You don't even know what you're getting. I'm telling you, go to butcherbox.com/Delray and enter Delray at the checkout. Delray. Do not miss out on this deal. $20 off your first box and a package of free bacon in every box for the life of your subscription. Come on, Del Raisers. Do it. Don't sleep. Butcherbox.com/Delray. Enter the code Delray at checkout. Pretty damn good. Also, I'm still using that Quip toothbrush. That toothbrush is insane. I love it. GetQuip.com/Delray. One of the most important things to do for our health is to brush our teeth. Can you imagine there's people out there not brushing their teeth? I was talking to a guy a couple days ago. His breath was so bad. You ever do this? Like the breath is bad and you go in again for another smell because you're like, no way is that coming out of his mouth. You ever do that? And you're like, whoa. It almost becomes like this absurd obsession. You're like, God, is this coming out of this guy's mouth? It's insane. You want to get one of these Quip toothbrushes. I love it. It's a great subscription. It's just fantastic. Most people brush their teeth way too hard, and some electric toothbrushes are just too abrasive. You don't want to be messing up your gums. I'm telling you, this is perfect. Also, it doesn't have the bulky chargers and all that stuff. It's super easy. It's great to travel with. You get brush heads automatically delivered to your house every 3 months for just $5. 3 out of 4 of us use bristles that are too old or worn out. That is true, man. Before I got the Quip toothbrush, I don't think I changed my toothbrush for years. Not years, but it was when I used the Quip, I was like, oh, my teeth feel clean finally. Here it is. Quip starts at just $25. And if you get quip.com/Delray, don't forget it's getquip.com/Delray. Right now, you get your first refill pack for free with your Quip electric toothbrush. Oh, and the charges last like 90 days on the charge, for the battery operated. Getquip.com/Delray right now. Get your first refill pack for free. I love this thing, man. It's perfect. I've been using it. It's perfect to travel too. I don't have to bring that damn charger. Before I had another toothbrush, and you have to bring the charger and the cable. I can't bring all kinds of stuff on the road. I can't stand it. This thing is perfect. Quip toothbrushes. Do not sleep on this. One of the most important things for our health is to brush our teeth. Everybody knows that. Brush your teeth, buddies. Get your breath together. All right, those are some cool offers for you guys, man. Use them. Christmas time's coming. The Quip toothbrush would be great. All right, let's get into the episode. I love all you guys. I can't thank you enough for continuously tuning in, and all you Patreoners out there. Very cool. Patreon.com/Delray. /Dean Delray, I think it is. Patreon.com/Dean Delray. That is the Patreon page, and I've been putting up the bonus episodes. The newest one is me talking about the Queen film. A lot of you guys like the Patreon. Thank you. If you do want to be part of the Patreon, I'm answering all kinds of questions. You can email me at deandelray.com anytime, and I will answer your questions on the Patreon episode. I love you guys. Let's keep the candles lit. Let's keep the rock and roll going. Here we go. Jorma Vik. Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. Here we go. Great guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's Jorma Vik from Eagles of Death Metal.
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
I'm great.
I'm almost have the whole band on now.
Really?
Well, I had Dave on, you on, Jesse on.
Yeah? You need Jenny?
Yeah. I asked her. She flaked on me.
Oh, man.
She's like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. And then just...
She's been super busy, too. She just moved herself.
Oh, yeah. Where'd she move?
Jeez. I don't even know yet. I haven't been there.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But, yeah, you got to get her on.
Yeah,
She's a good hang.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in my apartment with the... it looks like sound reinforcement. Just boxes not packed.
We should unbox your whole stereo system and just blare it through your wall.
I don't blame them. Yeah. Man, I blame the construction. It's just terrible.
Totally.
How are you, man? Great to have you on, dude.
Yeah, good to be
fantastic. Here. Playing with the Eagles of Death Metal now on drums. How long has it been?
2 years as of this month.
2 years, man. Yeah. That flies by, right?
God dang. Yeah, absolutely. It really did. It really did.
I was reading an interesting way that you got the gig. You were just like at a party, and Jesse was there, and you were talking to him and everything. And then the next day you called Josh and was like, "Hey, man, I know if you're not going to be going out, I'd like to audition." And then you audition, and next thing you know, you're playing in São Paulo.
Yeah.
Like 50,000 or.
It was crazy. I got thrown in the deep end for sure. We had I had originally, the whole story is I was doing like a sober January thing at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd go out and see if I could just not drink and hang out. So I have this friend who dances at Jumbo's Clown Room.
Right.
And it was her birthday, so I went to say happy birthday to her, and I ended up meeting Eden, the guitar tech / guitar player. And we were just rapping, and they had just gotten back from the whole Paris thing and that whole thing. So we were kind of talking about that, and just
who was the drummer at the Paris thing? I couldn't remember. I saw the movie.
His name's Julian.
Oh, got ya.
Yeah.
Did he leave the band because of that?
No. I'm not really at liberty to say about that.
Okay.
I think there was just, different personality.
Right. I got you.
differences.
Yeah.
So yeah, I met Eden at Jumbo's, and he was like, "Hey, Jesse's having a party tonight. You should come by." So I went to Jesse's house, and have you been to Jesse's?
No.
Oh wow.
Does he live in a house? He's got to have a house, right? Not
Yeah.
an apartment. Can you imagine him being your neighbor?
Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You'd be like, is that guy still awake?
Yeah. 4 a.m. He's throwing axes into his, garage door. And shit.
Tomahawk toss.
I
love him.
He's the best. So I show up over there, and he's outside around his little pit fire, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm Jorma. Nice to meet you." And he's like, he was kind of like eyeballing me, and he's kind of like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, we actually met a few years ago at a festival. I played in this band called the Bronx at the time."
Yep.
And he was like, "Yeah, I know who you are."
Hilarious. You think he really did, or he's just throwing that at you?
I don't know. So it was kind of funny. We were just kind of sniffing each other's butts for a while, and then he took me into his house, and he was showing me all his gear that he had just gotten back from the NAMM show, and he had gotten all these guitars and shit.
Yeah.
We started rapping about music, and I just had a blast talking to him. And so yeah, I called up Josh the next day, and we had one rehearsal, and then fucking 50,000 people in Sao Paulo.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, were they in the mix of looking for a drummer, or were they just being lazy, or was it like, all right, let's...
I don't think they had started actually looking yet.
Right.
It was just the right time.
Yeah.
I was home from tour and kind of looking for something to do.
Now, you were in the Bronx. You started the Bronx. You were in that band for like 14 years, right?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Was it like, at first, were you trying to do both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But 14 years in a band, there was we definitely had a little bit of
Yeah.
different ideas where the band should go and
Yeah.
kind of what it was doing. So we were kind of growing apart. So it was a good time for everybody for me to kind of leave that situation.
It's interesting because I know that you, John Bonham was your man, and I've had a million drummers on here, but you ended up playing punk rock, which was really, in the days of punk rock, say the late 70s, that was all come together from the, fuck you to, arena rock and stadium rock of like Led Zeppelin and stuff. How did you not end up in like a rock band?
Well, I had played around in a few rock bands before we started the Bronx, but I kind of grew up listening to punk rock like Black Flag and shit like that. So
Where did you grow up?
just outside of Seattle on a
Oh,
little
right.
island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, when the guitar player called me up he was like, I want to start a band, and we were kind of talking about ideas, what it should sound and look like, and we had these mutual influences like Black Flag, and then rock bands like Rocket from the Crypt and things like
Right.
that, things that were a little more interesting than just your straightforward rock stuff.
That kind of late 80s, early 90s,
Yeah.
right before grunge.
Totally.
Kind of SST stuff, all that
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, did that for 14 years. It was fucking wild.
It seems like a lot of Seattle was way into Zeppelin, but
Yeah.
they also, none of the guys that were way into it sounded like Zeppelin, which is kind of cool.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because there was
I
some
mean-
bands doing Zeppelin, like Kingdom Come and Zebra and all that,
Yeah.
Whenever, like, that was just kind of like, oh, you're trying to be Zeppelin, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Zeppelin's a lot like Andy Kaufman. If somebody tries to do that thing, you're like, oh, you're just doing Zeppelin. you know?
Absolutely.
Andy Kaufman, if
I
you try to do
couldn't agree
weird
more.
comedy,
Yeah.
I
I couldn't agree more. Yeah. That's very, very true. But yeah, I think, when you start playing drums, that's kind of an easy go-to because he was such like the prolific, like, prominent rock drummer.
Right. Absolutely. You remember the first Zeppelin tune you heard?
No.
Yeah, mine was Black Dog. I remember it quite
I was
well.
going to say Black Dog. It might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Dog, and then rock and roll. And then I remember I went to the late night, midnight movies and saw The Song Remains the Same. And I was completely hooked on Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah,
As
me
a
too.
kid, like, what the fuck is that
Absolutely.
tune, man? With the smoke, the dry ice going, you know,
Yeah,
and the
totally.
weird triangular, like mirrored effect they had on, like, there'd be 5 Jimmy Pages with the bow, you know?
I remember the first time I watched that movie, I was on mushrooms. I was super young. And that scene where the laser beams are coming out of his eyes just fucked me up.
At the top of the castle or whatever. That film is epic.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Zeppelin is epic, man.
I mean, for my money, they're the best rock band.
Absolutely.
ever lived.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I keep going back and forth. Like I'm like, oh, it's Zeppelin, you know. And then I'll burn myself out hard on it. Just listen to it for like 3 years straight,
Totally.
and then I'll go away for about a year, and I'll be like, oh, it's all about Metallica for me, man. That's my Zeppelin, you know.
Yeah,
And then I'll
yeah.
go back and I go, nah, Zeppelin, you know.
And like, I mean, everybody in that band was so fucking good.
Jesus.
I mean, I got a chance to see John Paul Jones play with them Crooked Vultures a few times.
Yeah, I saw that at the
guy is
Roxy.
Motherfucker, man.
Jesus, man.
Fucking, yeah, I couldn't believe it.
They sold him short, man, on that Page Plant tour because he was
Absolutely.
such the man, you
He
know?
was such a huge part of that band and that sound.
I get it. They didn't want to go out like that would be like Zeppelin, you know?
Yeah.
But how do you have another guy in your band? I mean, you know, Jimmy played in The Firm with Tony, and that guy's a monster,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But still, man, once you're playing with, you know, once you play with that guy, it's got to be like, or can you imagine? That's why they never did it again. Like trying to get a guy for Bonzo.
God.
Fuck that.
Forget about it. Yeah. Yeah, those are big shoes to fill.
At what point do you move to LA?
In 97, I was 17. My friends were getting into drugs pretty bad. And so I
17.
yeah.
Oh, you just left like out of high school?
Well, I grew up on this island, like I said.
Oh,
and,
Victoria?
no, it's just west of Seattle. It's called Vashon.
Right.
And I was going to high school, and it wasn't for me, you know.
Right.
And I was skipping school and being a jerk, and my parents, you know, saw that it just wasn't working out for me. So I ended up doing high school through the mail from home.
Oh, wow. GED?
No, I got my diploma.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You just do it through the mail?
Yeah, it was awesome.
How do you do that?
It was some school in Chicago that was offering this.
Pre-internet.
Yeah, totally.
They just sent you shit weekly or something?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was super cool. So I graduated early and then moved down to initially to go to music school, to go to MI.
Oh, GIT or PIT?
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
wow. Were
Yeah.
you staying in one of those like PIT lofts or dorms, I mean?
I had this little this little studio apartment just around the corner. What street? It was just behind the
Like Citrus or one of those shit streets?
Totally.
Yeah.
It was like $750 a month, and
Yeah.
like
Where are we getting the money? Like a school grant?
No, I had an inheritance at the time.
Oh, wow.
That I used to go to school.
Wow.
So I remember the first week I moved into that apartment. You know, I grew up on this island in the middle of nowhere. I had, you know, no life experience.
Yeah.
And I moved smack dab in the middle of Hollywood.
That's the ground zero. And it's
was
kind of
nuts.
like the Tenderloin of San Francisco. That area right behind GIT and shit will never be normalized, man.
Hell no. And I mean, even Hollywood Boulevard wasn't built up yet.
No,
there was
not
like
at all.
a bombed out building on the
Yeah.
corner there of
Yeah.
Hollywood and Highland, and it was fucking crazy. But
You remember like GIT and all that back then to me, like it really, to me, seemed like it was all about Terry Bozzio.
oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I remember
Everything was Bozzio.
The last straw for me when I decided, because I only went for probably 6 months.
Right.
But the last straw for me was I was walking down the hallway and there's some kid playing fucking Flight of the Bumblebee on the guitar, and I was just like, dude, I'm in the wrong fucking place. You know, coming from punk rock, I gotta say, I learned a shitload in a small amount of time.
What did you learn there? Like read music, stuff like that?
I had already, I knew a little bit how to read music. It was a lot. I learned a lot of technique kind of stuff, and you know, they make you study a bunch of different styles. So
Right.
I got into, you know, Latin and jazz and all kinds of shit, which proved to be super fucking helpful because, in the Bronx, we started a mariachi band.
Right.
So in mariachi music, there was
El Mariachi Bronx or what?
yeah, mariachi El Bronx. So in mariachi music, there's no drums, so it was just an open fucking slate for me to create. And so I just referred back to all these Latin rhythms that I had learned in school and I had learned prior when I was on the island, and just developed these drum parts that just kind of happened to work in the mariachi setting.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of stuff works good with Eagles also because it is kind of a dance, rhythmic kind of rock and roll band, you know?
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
kind of marching and, you know, some of it's almost like that four on the floor, you know, emotional rescue.
Yeah.
You know, Stone stuff.
Absolutely.
Like
a
that
lot
shit,
of it like that.
Yeah, a lot of that shit works, man.
And there's a swagger to it, you know? It's not like, that's one thing when I was figuring out the songs is it wasn't just about learning the parts. It was about learning the feel. Because Josh isn't a drummer, really. You know, he plays drums, and so his approach to the drums and his feel to the drums is super unique, and that's what makes it fucking cool, you know? So I wanted to try and get that feel as close as possible. So it's not rigid and, you know, right on time. It's got this kind of swagger and this movement.
And not your
gives it-
standard beats and shit.
No, not at all.
Right.
There's some fucking weird shit in there that sounds super simple. Then you sit down and you try and figure it out, and it's just like, oh, it feels like you got your fucking left boot on your right foot. You know?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I think when people aren't a trained or a drummer for all their life, they're just playing what they feel.
Absolutely. And
And
those
you
are
get
some of
away
my
from
favorite
that when
drummers.
you're trained, you know? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, you're not really playing what you feel and stuff. I think some of the greatest drummers are guys that sit down. Like, I know this when I wrote songs and we would have different drummers sit in. Once in a while, a guy would pop in, like this guy, Ronnie Crawford, and it'd be like, whoa, man, all of a sudden your songs are next level. He's not just doing the standard, you know, organic, or generic beats.
Right.
And you're just like, whoa, where's this guy coming from? This shit is way different, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that also comes from listening to a bunch of different music, too. You know, I mean, the drummer for The Doors, man, is way underrated, I think, you know?
Absolutely.
John Densmore.
Yeah.
And
There was a lot of like cool Latin shit in there.
totally, you know, doom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom. That shit's like straight up, you know? Tequila!
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But now Josh, he doesn't play in the Eagles at all anymore, right?
Occasionally.
Right.
Occasionally. He'll come up and do a song or two.
But I mean, he's not going to play on the next. Is it as a band now?
I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna figure it out as we go. Me and Jesse have been writing a lot recently, so and that's been going really good. We write really well together.
You a songwriter? Like, do you play instruments and stuff, or you just go in?
A little bit here and there. I really had to figure it out when we did that score to Super Troopers.
Right.
Because there was days where Jesse just wouldn't show up.
Wow.
And so I was like, fuck, I better learn how to play guitar real quick.
Wow.
And he plays in open tuning, so I could just bar chords and
Right.
And a lot of scoring a movie is
Sounds and
soundscape.
vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
I was there while you guys were doing that. It was
Absolutely.
so rad.
yeah, super
That
cool.
studio is incredible.
Isn't it awesome?
Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
What a fucking
So
goldmine.
good.
Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to do that? Because I was there like kind of when you're first starting it.
I think it took us about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work, but fun work.
You're looking at the screen,
Yeah.
and then you have to write like something that you think would be cool behind it. You never
Yeah.
think about it.
Yeah, they gave us notes.
Yeah.
Like the director and the music supervisor sat down and kind of gave us notes and kind of just placeholder music. That was just, you know, generic garbage that they found on the internet. And they were like, try something in this vein. So then I would sit down and write a beat and be watching the movie and try and adapt my beat to what's going on the screen. Like, you know, if it's a fight scene,
Right.
try and grab some of the hits.
Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
And
Which was-
dynamic too. You're going up and down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Which was a really cool way to write music. I'd never done it before, you know? So
Yeah,
it
I was in
wasn't
there
about-
watching it. I was like, whoa, this is interesting because you don't even think about it
Totally.
while you're watching a movie, but you forget there's dudes in a studio. It's up on a screen and they're just getting some kind of vibe going.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if it's not soundtrack songs, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So it's not about song structure at all.
Nope.
You know, it's just creating
Landscape.
a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
wow.
Yeah, super cool.
Are they going to put that out on vinyl? Like, that'd be weird. Cool, right? Just put
Totally.
the whole thing out?
Yeah, they were talking about it. I hope it happens.
Yeah,
because
that-
there is some really cool shit that we did. There's some neat little, and even Jesse's. You know, it kind of inspired him to start writing for the new Eagles record. So he's kind of, you know, borrowed little bits and pieces from the score and turned them into songs.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I could
Yeah.
see that. Like some of the riffs, like,
Yeah.
hey, that shit's good. Yeah.
Totally.
Wow.
And there was things that we wrote that we were like, maybe we want to keep that for something else.
Yeah. You look over at each other and go, not that one.
Yeah. It was funny though. The first crack at the score we did, you know, because it's a comedy.
Yeah.
So we wrote comedy music.
Oh, yeah. Like,
And,
doom, 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 doom,
yeah,
doom, goofy,
yeah.
like circus rock.
Totally. And Jay, the director, came in and he was like, yeah, this isn't really what we do at all.
Yeah, oh, that's great.
They were like, let the jokes tell themselves.
Yeah.
We want something a little
You guys
more
are doing like
serious. Totally.
that kind of
Yeah,
shit, spring
yeah.
sounds and stuff. Yeah, you know, I think when he thinks of maybe hiring the Eagles of death metal, he's thinking maybe he'll get some kind of cool, weird, dark landscaping, you know,
Yeah.
some almost David Lynch shit, you know.
Yeah.
Although the comedy is super comical,
Yeah.
if the landscaping is dark, it gives it that weirdness.
And that's kind of their thing with their movies. Is
Right.
There is kind of a little dark element to it. You know, people get shot and,
Yeah.
you know, there's some dark shit in there. The whole experience was just super cool. And I learned so much. And I hope I get the chance to do more of that.
Yeah, that shit's great. Now,
Fun.
once it was done, were they like, now this is what we're talking about?
Yeah, totally.
Wow,
Totally.
that's really cool.
They're stoked. We're all stoked. Jesse has a screener for it that we watched the other night, and it came together really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's the film?
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
I watched a couple scenes and I was laughing while I was there.
There's,
There was the fight scene in the bar when I was there.
yeah, totally. Totally. There was a couple, but yeah, I probably shouldn't say too much, but
Yeah, of
the-
course.
the-
You don't want to give the movie away.
totally. But yeah, just the cast is fucking awesome. They killed it.
That's so good, man. What do you play? Tama? What do you play?
Yeah, Tama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always a Tama guy?
Always.
What's that from? Because I ask people and a lot of will say, oh, Dave Lombardo or
No, it's Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Well, during the Nirvana era?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were you a big Nirvana guy?
I was, but I was a little late to it because I was so punk rock and they got big so quick. I was
Right.
like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then, you know, you sit down and you listen to those drum parts and it's undeniable. He's
Yeah.
you know, the best fucking modern rock drummer, in my opinion.
It was funny how years just Courtney Love just tried to shortchange him, you know?
Totally.
Like, oh, he didn't even like your drumming or
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
you know. You were about to get fired. Like,
Bullshit.
yeah, it's like fucking, the guy's a monster,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He is a monster.
He certainly is.
I love them Crooked Vultures, you know?
God,
When
what
I
a great band.
yeah, I wish they
It's
were.
funny, a really cool story. Dave texted me once when they were on tour, and he was like, "Dude, I had the wildest experience last night. I was on stage and I had to take a shit so bad
Whoa.
when they were playing." And he's like, I was aware of just how stupid my face looked, and I was just like, I had to go so bad, and I looked up, and everybody in the entire crowd is just watching John Paul Jones, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, man, I never thought about that. Like, I've never had a gig where I've had to shit. I've had one where I had to piss, like recently, like
Yeah.
6 months ago. I was just on stage and I was like, whoa, I gotta piss bad. Now, when you're doing comedy, like rock, you could just be like, bust into a solo, Jesse. I'm gonna piss real quick or whatever. It's comical.
Yeah, totally.
But comedy, you get about 40 in and you're doing an hour. You go, I got 20 left. I gotta piss bad. You just start, like dancing, and I just cut the set short. I did like 44 minutes. I was out of there, man. It was like, wow, that was the first time that ever happened to me. I felt like one of those Flonase or whatever. Tired of missing the game. I missed the home run. You know that commercial, the guy gets up every inning. Oh my god.
Absolutely. Yeah. I shit my pants on stage once.
You did?
Yeah, I was super sick.
Whoa.
In Detroit. Yeah, it was not pretty.
That's the worst, because drummers already have like swamp ass, and then you're shitty and you're sitting in it.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Did you? How many songs in left?
It was halfway through, and I just had to finish the set
In the Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
did you tell the band, or could they smell it?
I'm sure they could.
You just said, hey, I just shit my pants back here. That song was amazing. I just shit my pants on that jam. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was brutal.
What'd you do? You just got up and just went straight to
the dressing room was literally behind the stage.
Yeah.
It was at the Magic Stick.
Magic Stick? Where is that?
It's where fucking the magician did his last show. Houdini.
Oh, Houdini.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. His last show ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Magic Stick. What city's that in?
Detroit.
Detroit. Oh, I've been to Detroit. I did Smalls there. It's great.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you been there?
Yep.
That's a great place.
Absolutely.
Did some comedy there over the summer.
Yeah.
Headlined it. It was rocking.
Yeah. I love Detroit.
Me too.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It is good, man. I got a couple friends that live out there. I'm not sure if they're big fans of it.
Yeah.
Some love it, some don't.
Totally.
They were saying there's this kind of thing where outsiders come, and Detroit people are like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid that people are going to come in, buy everything up, and it's going to be expensive like everywhere.
It'll happen.
Yep.
It's starting to.
Yeah, it's anywhere that, is cheap, eventually is going to get good, because people will move there, buy it all, and they just throw up the standard stuff: coffee shop, record store, barber shop, vintage clothing, and guitar shop. And next thing you know, you've got a street going.
Yep.
And that street, people start moving around that street, and they can walk and bring their dog and their girl or whatever and just chill. And next thing you know, there's a community, and all of a sudden the rents start going up.
Yep.
And then the fucking people go, I can't even afford to live here anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've been in Echo Park for 15 years, and I've seen it happen.
Same thing.
there.
Echo Park, man, used to be gangster. You ever seen the movie Echo
Absolutely.
Park?
Yeah.
That's a great film.
Absolutely.
And now, Echo Park, because what was happening was it keeps getting expensive. So it goes Los or Beechwood, that gets too much money. All of a sudden, people move to Los Feliz. Okay, now that gets too much money. Then they go to Silver Lake. Okay, that's too much money. Now we're in Echo Park. Okay, that's too much money. Highland Park.
Yep.
And then it's crazy. Next thing you know, the whole East Side's a fortune.
Absolutely.
You know?
Thankfully, my roommates have lived in the house for 30 years, and it's rent controlled.
Right. That's
So-
interesting you say that, because you're in Eagles of Death Metal.
Yeah.
And you have roommates.
Yeah.
And it's such a vital thing to hear, because people, I think they get a little delusional, like, say if they see you on stage or they see me on stage, and they think, well, you got to have plenty of money. And it's like, there's just zero money going on, man.
No, man. I live in a punk house.
Yeah.
I pay $450 a month.
Yeah.
I got a shitty little room.
Yeah.
And that's the reality.
Yeah.
But I'm not working a 9 to 5. I get paid to do what I love to do.
Yep.
I wouldn't fucking trade it for the world.
Not at all. Now, when you're on tour, do you get your own room?
Yes.
So that's got to be like
in Eagles of Death Metal.
So, yeah.
Shitting in high cotton.
So you gotta be like, oh my god, let's get on tour more.
Yeah, absolutely. I eat better when I'm on tour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's amazing, right?
Pretty wild.
It's so wild to think that you could be in Eagles of Death Metal and have and roommate.
Yeah.
It's just.
That's the reality.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
But the exchange is, you don't work for 9 to 5. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
Like anyone would take that, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
and I mean, don't get me wrong, they pay me really well.
yeah.
But when I'm off tour,
Yeah.
you know, I'm
there's
just
no per
burning money.
diem. It's not like Van Halen.
Yeah, I'm not on fucking retainer.
I know Duff McKagan, his tech's been on retainer for 30 years.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I got that gig.
Yeah, right? Can you imagine? Like, even when Duff was an NGNR.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's loyal, man.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
loyal. I've known the guy since I was in high school, his tech, and it's just to think about, like, that's been his gig. Great gig.
Totally.
Oh, I'm a bass tech for Duff, you know?
Yeah.
Wild.
I play with Gilby, who used to be in Guns N'
Oh,
Roses
yeah.
occasionally, and he's had the same tech since the Guns N' Roses days. Like,
Yeah.
We did a tour down in South America about, almost 10 years ago now, but...
Oh, you were one of the drummers in his band? Because I know
Yeah.
he had, like, Tishy one year.
Exactly.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts a band together and he goes and does that South America thing.
Yeah, and it was great. I
Yeah.
mean, that was my first kind of foray into the whole rock star world where we had to have security. And
Wow.
Yeah, that tour was fucking crazy.
So
Wild.
he goes down there and he's still big, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Guns N' Roses were like the fucking Beatles down there.
Oh yeah, they
you
play.
know?
Well, they play right now to like 250,000 or
Yeah.
something there, man. Rock in Rio or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, and he did something really fucking smart. When Guns N' Roses broke up, he instantly put out a solo record down there.
Yeah.
And it did great.
Yeah.
And so now he's got a career down there.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what are you guys up to? You're working on a new record.
Should
Or
hopefully
just kind of writing
start-
tunes, you mean?
Yeah. We've been kind of demoing up that studio where we did the
Same
Super
one?
Troopers. Yeah.
Oh, badass.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So yeah, we've been demoing for the new record. I know Josh is going to produce the new record, so we just...
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we've
Sick.
been working around his schedule, and I'm sure he's going to play on it and stuff.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered, the way they kind of have written songs for Eagles is Jesse will come up with parts, and then Josh kind of helps...
Form it all.
put
Right.
them all together and helps with the arrangement and turns them into songs and whatnot.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'll be like a half and half. Like Josh will play on some stuff, you'll play on some stuff.
Hopefully.
And just
We'll see.
hopefully, and then everybody's just kind of in there. You know?
that's the plan. That's
Yeah.
the idea. Is
Yeah.
Jesse wants to have it be more of a band thing this time rather than just
Yeah.
him and
I've definitely felt that too in the last 8 months that I've been around
Yeah.
the camp. It's definitely a band now.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're a motorcycle guy.
I'm a motorcycle guy.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
got?
I have a Triumph Bonneville.
Oh, yeah.
03 Triumph Bonneville that I fucking love.
Yeah.
I just beat the hell out of it.
What year?
03.
03. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-ABS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still carbed and.
Yeah. That's a great, those guys make great bikes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love the new Scrambler.
Oh man, have you ridden it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's so good. It's got super power. It's got ABS now. You need
Absolutely.
ABS in this town.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yes, it helps a lot. Yeah, Indian just loaned me and Jesse a couple bikes. They loaned me the.
Okay, now was Jesse and Josh riding on this last leg? 'Cause-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got stuck in that Thule fog.
Yes.
I saw some footage. I've been in that on the way to Fresno where you just leave the Bay Area like, okay, see you in Fresno. And then you get out on the 99 or the 5 and you
Yes.
can't see a foot in front of you. It's called Thule fog.
Yeah.
And man, they've had some of the biggest pileups in America out on that during that time.
Yeah, it's
like 50
sketchy
car
out there.
pileups.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't see a foot in front of you.
Yeah, and
That's-
Jesse cut a board to his windscreen that day too.
Fuck.
came
Oh, he
off
caught a board?
Yeah, it came off the top of a truck and just fucking nailed him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. That Highway 5 is it's a junkyard.
Man.
I've ran over chains,
Yeah.
dodged ladders, big full tires, ice coolers,
Yeah.
animals, old dead cows and shit. Just out, man, it is
Totally.
a junkyard out there.
Yeah.
I've rode that freeway so many times back and forth.
Yeah.
Probably over a couple hundred times.
No shit.
Yeah, and it's always
your bike?
On the bike. Oh yeah. One time I did it on my V-Rod.
Wow.
Yeah, with a backpack. I just got on the V-Rod and just...
Yeah.
And the V-Rod gets shit gas mileage, about 100 miles to the 3-gallon tank.
Yeah.
So every, I don't know, hour and 10 minutes, I'd have to pull over and get gas.
Yeah,
Oh
of
man,
course.
but I've rode that thing a million times, and it's deadly out there.
Yeah.
But what they got some loaners. I saw they had some loaners.
Yeah, they kicked me down. It's called a Scout Bobber.
I know the Scout one. Somebody just bought. Oh, Ricky Rackman just bought one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a fun bike. I'm not really a cruiser, dude.
Yeah.
And I hate forward controls.
Yeah,
It
me
just-
too. I
fuck, it's the
hate
worst.
forward controls.
But,
zero aggressive riding.
Yeah, totally. But the thing is a fucking rocket.
Yeah.
100 horsepower, and it's scary fast.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
It's
what
gnarly.
was Josh and Jesse riding? Cruisers, right? They were like
Yeah,
baggers. They were on
yeah.
like the Chiefs or whatever.
Yeah, Jesse's got a Chief, and then Josh was on some new Harley. I forget what he has. I'm
Yeah.
not really a Harley dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But he had just gotten it. Gorgeous bike though.
I love all. Oh, did Josh buy a bike?
Yeah.
Oh, rad! I love all bikes, man.
Me
I've had
too.
Beamers, Ducatis,
Yeah.
Harleys.
Cool.
I love.
What Beamer did you have?
Oh, I had three different ones. I had the GTL 1600. You know that one?
No.
It's got a 6-cylinder in it.
Wow.
Dude, that thing goes 200 miles an hour, but it's a full-blown cruiser.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, I rode that thing to Yosemite. Oh.
Cool.
I remember at one point I had it going about 125, 128. I was like, this is good for me.
Yeah.
Like one wrong move, you're done. But
Totally.
it'll go 200.
Yeah,
Then I had the
fuck.
GSs.
Yeah, of course.
Those are the Road Warrior bikes.
Yeah.
And then I had the HP Hyper Motard. They made like a Motard 1 year, very rare.
Really?
Super rare
Cool.
bike. Yeah. So I had a few Beamers. I love them all.
Yeah. I
And
rode a R9T not too long ago.
those are
Just
great. My
loved
buddy
it.
has that.
God,
How great
damn.
are those? Especially
Fucking
that one
amazing.
comes with the old school fairing.
Yeah, totally.
That one that
they
looks
got
like-
one that's called like the Urban GS. It's
Oh,
all
yeah.
done up like a G. It's
That's
fucking
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Urban GS one is great with
Yeah.
the front dirt bike fender.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking killer,
Yeah,
dude.
looks
Those
great.
guys are killing it,
Yeah, they really are.
and so is Ducati.
yeah,
They're killing
that
it.
scrambler line just.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
I had
That's
the
a
Multistrada.
super- Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had
Wow.
3 different ones. I had
No
the Pikes
shit.
Peak.
Yeah.
Shit would go like 200
Yeah.
easy. I was getting
Goddamn.
too crazy on that.
You had serious bikes.
Oh, I'm a bike guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got ran over a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
What were you on when you got hit?
My 92 FXR convertible. It was
Oh.
my favorite bike ever. Just
Wow.
it was mint, turquoise and cream. I called it Miami Vice. It just was
Cool.
had the ugliest cool stock paint. Turquoise and cream like when you got on it you wanted to sing Blaze of Glory by Bon Jovi. Shot in a blaze of glory. You know, conchos on your pants, you know.
Absolutely.
That kind of shit. That's what I loved about it. I
Yeah.
love fucking weird paint jobs. My Road
Yeah.
King now is two-tone sand.
Cool.
It's like root beer and sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy calls it the Mad Cow.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
it's, I think if I go back to Beamer, I'll just get another GS. And
They're
just-
great.
They are right in rain, snow,
Everything.
dirt, whatever.
Everything you throw
and
at
they
it.
start up and they just look cool and they
Yeah.
you know and they're like a fucking they're like a crescent wrench. They just do it all.
Yeah, totally.
You know? It's
Totally.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what do you got? One bike?
I've got the Bonneville that I turned into a scrambler. Like I
Right.
threw knobbies on it and fucked with the suspension, and so I take that on a bunch of fire roads and just kind of go
Right.
camping with it, and it's a fucking blast.
Oh yeah, you're a camper, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I do to keep some equilibrium in my life.
Yeah, I'm not a camping guy.
Oh man, I love it.
You know what? I'm from Yosemite.
Yeah.
I was born there.
No shit.
Yeah. And,
Wow.
Yeah.
And you're not a camping guy.
No, I love Yosemite,
Yeah.
but I like when you go up there, the Curry Village, just the tents with the wood floor.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
you know?
You're a glamper.
I'm not. Well, it's early glamping actually because it was more made for the employees there.
Yeah.
It was considered like the employee living.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just that I like shit set up.
Totally.
I don't like to be the guy carrying the shit.
Yep.
But I mean, in a fantasy world of mine, and I always go back and forth because I'm a fucking, I think because I grew up in Yosemite, born there, and then when I got to the city, I was like, oh, the city for me. But when I go back there, I'm like, this is where I need to die, and
That's exactly how I feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I do fantasize about having the Defender 90.
Yeah.
With the gas can
Totally.
and the ladder, and then the tents on top and everything. And it's just me and my French bully, and we're out there,
Yeah.
Like I just watched that Western, fuck, I forgot the name of it already. Hostile.
Okay.
It just came out with fucking, what's the actor's name? Shit, I'm drawing a blank on his name now.
I haven't seen it yet.
Anyway, but it's whenever I see a Western, I'm like, God damn, the simplicity of the old days.
Absolutely.
Your whole life was not to die from like the flu. You know what I mean?
Totally.
The flu or a snake bite. You know what I mean? That was your only mumps.
Yeah.
Mumps rolled in and would fuck you up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
I do love that. I just don't like the I like to go with somebody else.
Uh-huh.
Like say a buddy of mine, and he sets all the shit up. You know what I mean?
See, I get into the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for it. I also have a Tacoma with a camper on it. So
Oh, rad.
Then I don't have to set up a tent.
Yeah, you just sleep in the back.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got it all done up back there.
Where do you go around here?
I go up to the Kern River area a lot, the Southern Sequoias.
Yeah.
There's just some rad shit up there. There's
I'm so Joshua
waterfalls
Tree, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great.
Magic.
But I'm not really a desert guy. Like
Yeah.
I get it. It's cool. There's
Yeah.
a vibe. But I like trees. I
Yeah.
like rivers. I like some water.
Yep. I mean,
so-
Yosemite's is God.
Oh fuck. Yeah.
There's nothing better than that in America. You
Totally.
go there and you go like, what the fuck? When you go
Totally.
through that tunnel and you come out and you see Half Dome to the
God
right,
damn.
and you see, just the largest piece of granite
Yeah.
in North America.
It's just mind blowing.
You're just going like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it is super cool.
And when you go,
And
the ride is.
I've never ridden it yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you ride through Yosemite
Yeah.
and you come out the backside to get to the, I guess,
395?
395.
Yeah.
So you're going to Mono Lake.
Yes.
Could be one of the greatest rides in the world. And actually, at points, I go, oh, well, if this is what heaven in most people's minds would look like.
Yeah.
Every turn is a waterfall,
Yeah.
depending on the rain,
Right.
but it's a waterfall.
Yeah.
It's a large meadow. It's a lake with like a canoe on it,
Yeah,
Another
cool.
turn, and it's like, what is this? Just trees that are a zillion years old.
Yeah.
Man,
Is that
run-
the 120?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. So
totally.
you take the 120 to the 395, and then you can go up to, you head to Reno,
Yeah.
but you go to Carson City out there, like the Bucket of Blood.
Yeah, yeah,
And that
cool.
old Western town and shit.
Okay.
That is some nutty. It makes me want to do it right now.
I know.
They're
getting dumped on right now. There's a
I know. Oh
crazy
man, I
fucking
saw
storm.
that Yosemite.
Yeah.
I get all the warnings on my Twitter.
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, fierce chains needed.
Yeah, totally.
It's supposed to
have a
pour
white-
here tonight.
Yeah. I heard that.
Storm.
Yeah.
Like around 7:00.
Oh, noted. Yeah. But yeah, it's so cool up in the area. I do. In my truck, I've gone up to 395 a few times, and there's just fucking, hot springs fucking everywhere.
It's
and,
insane.
it's
That
just
Mono
gorgeous.
Lake is crazy
Oh,
out
it's
there,
insane.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
It looks like you're on another planet.
looks like a movie set.
Yeah.
Like you could shoot aliens out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's rad.
Yeah, it's so great. I like it.
What are you listening to right now? Anything?
Fuck, I was listening to Mark Lanigan this morning.
Oh, yeah.
That bubblegum record fuck, it's so good. It's just
Yeah.
a crusher.
I love Gargoyle, the new one.
That's awesome too.
Field songs too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
that's for
Even
me.
that fucking record he did with Isabel Campbell, Hawk.
Yeah.
God, that's good.
That
God,
guy
that's
is so like great.
the best voice.
I know, man. It's so underrated.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I really wish he would just one more time a full record with Queens.
God
you
damn,
know,
right?
him, Josh,
Yeah.
you know, back and forth.
Yeah.
Like that hanging tree shit style, you know.
Crush it.
Oh my God, that song.
Yeah. So great.
I bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
So, you guys gonna record over there? Like pretty soon?
Hopefully, Josh
Yeah.
is still on tour.
Yeah.
So
We just saw him.
yeah.
How great was
absolutely.
that?
God damn, what a show.
I know. Johnny
they're
Depp there.
Yeah, totally.
Did you talk to him?
No.
I did. He was so nice.
Really?
He was so cool.
Oh, that's rad to hear.
Yeah, man. It was just like, you know, like there he is. Like I was like, oh man, Jump Street. You know?
Yeah.
Of course, he's done a shitload of stuff. But when I was a kid, Jump Street was so big to me. You know.
Yeah.
And there he is, like, oh yeah, it's a great crowd out there tonight, huh?
Yeah. You know, my favorite thing that he's done is a movie called Dead Man. Did you ever
Oh
see
yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. Of
Fuck,
course.
that movie is
yeah.
great.
Dead Man.
Jim
Yeah.
Jarmusch.
Yeah. It's Neil Young soundtrack.
Exactly.
Dead Man is great.
Oh, it's so good. That's
yeah,
it's in my
he's,
top 3.
He's done some great films.
He
I
has.
loved Blow.
Yeah, Blow was awesome.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
What else?
Fuck.
I like that one where he was the mobster a few years ago. He played one of the famous mobsters.
Oh yeah, Black.
Bonnie and Clyde or so. Or who was it he played?
I was thinking of Black.
No, it was the old 50s mob one.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, but he's great, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's great. He's just out in the rock scene now.
Yeah.
Single.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, killing it. Love it.
He looks great. Did
Yeah,
you see?
absolutely.
I think he's my age, and you just look at him and go, this fucking guy looks amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
You a big clothing guy? Like, did you go to the Inspiration show?
No, I noticed your fucking Ship John jacket the
yeah.
other night. And
Right.
I got fucking pretty envious.
You follow him on Twitter?
I do.
You see their
no,
new,
I don't do Twitter, but I do.
I mean, Instagram. Do
Yeah.
you see their new space yesterday?
It looks awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that looks like a dream apartment to me. Like in
totally.
Portland, just slate floors,
Yeah.
wood roof.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exposed wood
you can just pull your
yeah.
bikes in your car and be like, this is my hut.
Yeah, that's the
God
dream.
damn. Yeah, you want one of those jackets too?
Fuck yeah. I've got a Filson that's similar.
Right.
That I like a lot.
Which color would you get? The tan?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, totally.
It's coming
That
to-
leather one they're doing too is
Ooh, Langlets.
woo.
I
Yeah.
know. I had him on the show last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened.
What a great episode. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good,
Yeah,
huh?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, thanks for doing the show, man.
Totally. Absolutely.
And,
Thanks for having me.
and seeing some gigs. Nothing local coming up, right?
I don't believe so. Not
Right.
for the time being. We're trying to focus on the record and get that out and then hit it again.
That's killer, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. You got Instagram and stuff?
Yeah. Jorma
Tell-
Daniel Vik.
Yep. And then Twitter, you don't do that?
Nah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. You try that Vera?
Nah, I'm trying not to fuck with social media too much.
I know.
Too-
What is
too-
Vera? Like, I just signed up, you know, just to...
I don't even know.
Me either. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
it was everywhere last week. You
Yeah.
notice that?
Yeah.
It was
totally.
like, hey, are you on Vera? I was like, what is Vera? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just too distracting for me. You know?
Yeah,
I like
I'm
to
a-
get out and do real shit.
I'm on fucking websites looking for apartments.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's my social media.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Nightmare.
All right, man. Thanks for coming by.
Absolutely.
And thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Check out some Eagles of Death Metal. Do not forget to also listen to some of the back episodes. I had Jesse on and Dave, so get on there and enjoy the ride. See you guys. Candles lit.